Good morning. I wanted to start recording about 5 minutes worth of a useful technique or information that you can use in your entrepreneurial journey or in your business, whatever it is, or even in your life. One thing that we brought up this week was doing an inventory of your associations. This is something that I learned about 15 years ago when I went to my first convention with Chris Donham. He was a wonderful speaker. I believe he's still speaking too. He was a student of the great Zig Ziglar. I remember him telling me that the 5 people that you are closest to in your life, you are literally becoming. And so he challenged us in that speech to do an inventory of the 5 people that we are around the most. And so he said, look at the 5 people that you spend the most time with throughout the week and put them into one of 3 categories. The first category is a detractor. The detractors in your life are people that are always negative, they're always unhappy, they're always getting screwed over. They walk in the door and the plants die. I mean, detractors are easy to spot. Detractors are people that we know we need to limit our time with because they drain our energy. And so if you do have a detractor in your life, seek to limit that time. Unfortunately, a lot of times the detractors in our lives are people that we're close with, family, spouses at times. And if you do have a detractor in your life that you can't completely eliminate, try to be very, very careful with the time that you invest in that person. And don't allow them to take your energy too much. The second category is what we call neutralizers. These are the hardest to identify because they're just there. These are people that, they're friends, they're family members. They don't necessarily bring you down, but they don't elevate you either. They don't motivate you. They don't inspire you. They don't encourage you. They're just there. You have a lot of neutralizers in your life. And these people, sometimes they're well-meaning and sometimes it's not necessarily their fault. But for the most part, these neutralizers in your life are not in any way pressing you forward, or any way helping you get to any type of next step for your life. And not that everybody in your life needs to get you to next steps, but you have to identify people in your top 5 that are pulling you up. And people that are in that neutral space, they don't want to rock the boat. They don't like change. They don't want you to make them uncomfortable. And these are people that you need to limit your time with. And then you take the number 1 category of the 3, which is what we call influencers. Influencers are going to motivate you. They're going to inspire you. They're going to encourage you. They're going to challenge you. They're going to invite you to church. They're going to say, hey, how many times did you go to the gym this week? Let's go together. They're going to constantly be pushing you and constantly holding you accountable and being confrontational with you. Now, we're afraid of the influencers because they make us uncomfortable. We kind of avoid the influencers because they're a little too intense at times. And sometimes we're intimidated by the influencers because they're, constantly like doing more and always on the go. But I'll tell you right now, if you can take that top 5 in your life and put at least 3 influencers in there, these are people that are going to push, motivate, inspire, encourage, and challenge you. Your entire life will start to improve. And I would challenge you to also be an influencer in other people's lives. Don't just be a detractor or a neutralizer. Look at yourself as well. And if you can say, man, I'm a detractor in this situation, in this relationship, stop that. If you're a neutralizer, change that. Stop just being there. Start to encourage, start to improve. Hey, let's go to the gym. Hey, let's get a salad today. Hey, let's make some changes. Or hey, let's read this book together. Whatever it is that you can do to help influence people in a positive way, in a positive nature, be a person that lifts people up and have people in your life that are lifting you up. And that's your bit of wisdom for today. It's good seeing you guys. We'll see you next time.